American middle-class worker is dying. It's not because they're getting too old and retiring. It's because they're too expensive. What's going on, everybody? Before we get into this video, I just want to give a big thank you to everyone who subscribed. I was ambitious to hit 3,000 subscribers before the end of the year, and now we're sitting at 3,200. In the last month, I had so many overwhelming and supportive comments to my videos and shorts, and I really just want to thank you guys. And if you're new to the channel, I encourage you to subscribe and keep this momentum going. I'm loving it. This is an automotive channel where we talk mostly about the industry. We talk about cars, we mess around with them, we crack jokes, and I really love hearing the feedback from mechanics who just had it, and that's like the coolest part of doing this whole thing. I'd love to do it full time. I'd love to change the industry as well, and you guys can help me with that. So please like and subscribe. I really appreciate it, and let's get into this video. So those who have seen some of my videos and shorts, I've talked about mostly Ford CEO talking about how they need 5,000 technicians, they're paying 120,000, oh yeah, okay, and how there's just this need for auto mechanics, and it's very tone deaf. I mean, I've talked about how, yeah, you're not paying enough, you're making terrible vehicles, no one wants to be a mechanic, especially for Ford. They don't want to be a mechanic for any dealership because it's almost the same old song and dance. And I've gotten resounding comments from people that are outside of the automotive industry. A lot of truckers actually talking about how they don't pay anymore. A lot of trucking is usually paid by the mile. It's kind of like a flat rate setup where if you got to take a truck with a load from New York to California, they're paying you X amount on the mile. And from what I hear from most truckers is it has gone down a lot. They don't want to pay much. And a lot of these guys, they own their own rigs. They just hook up to trailers and go. And it doesn't pay the bills. Diesel fuel is expensive. You're paying thousands of dollars on a fuel up usually for a trip that long. And these companies are just hiring the lowest bidder. I actually had my car transported from Florida to New York, and it's pretty bad trying to find a courier to do that. And they take a good chunk out of it, and then they pay the driver nothing. And that's why you see a lot of these truck drivers or people from overseas. When I would get shipments in from the last job I worked, we would get a lot of heavy duty stuff, and the first thing the guy comes out and he puts on, boots because that's company regulation. He takes his sandals off, he puts on boots because you can't be in the yard without boots, and Google translates the first thing that come out. But we'll get into that later. Across the board, American middle class jobs, the backbone of this country, are being underpaid or outsourced, and it's getting worse and worse every year, every decade. Heck, even jobs you can't outsource, like nursing, has been a terrible industry. My wife's a nurse and plenty of her friends are, and what they're doing is not hiring and just doubling up and stressing out the nurse. And in an industry like medical, you do not want to do that. Hi. Pretty much everything in America is owned by some corporation, and we do not live in a capitalist society. We are long past that. This is corporatism at its finest, which finest means horrible for everyone other than CEOs and shareholders. The product doesn't matter, the people doesn't matter. Unless you are the people who are the shareholders. How can we cut back on a product and a service to get more dividends to the people that hold stocks in this company? That's all that matters.
We're supposed to help people.
We're supposed to help our people! Starting with our stockholders, Bob! Who's helping them out, huh?
And historically, the first thing to change are workers, usually layoffs and cuts in pay. This year alone, there's been a 54% increase in layoffs compared to last year. And they hide behind tariffs and inflation and whatever they can pull out of their you-know-what. When in all reality, it's just corporate cost cutting just to satisfy their insatiable need for greed. But you can't lay off everyone, right? Someone needs to be at the helm steering the ship. So how do we pay nobody and get a good job done? AI. There is a theory, and it's just a theory, that 50% of all billable work hours can be replaced by AI. Think about it, a machine that doesn't need to take any pesky lunch breaks and gives almost instant feedback. And we don't have to pay them. Oh, that is a corporate wet dream right there. This has been the fear for a lot of white-collar workers right now. And a lot of the smart companies have been really quiet about AI integration, but sadly, I think your days are numbered, guys. They don't care about you. So as a blue-collar worker, you're thinking, okay, I'm pretty safe. AI doesn't have limbs, at least for now. They can't drive our trucks, they can't pick our crops, they can't build our houses. Well, let's dial it back to the Google translating truck driver. He ain't working for the same pay you are. He's working for less than half. These major corporations love visas. They lobby for them. They don't have to pay you guys an honest living to support and keep your families and keep this red-blooded American dream going. They'll just pay the half to this guy they're gonna treat like slave labor. They will purposely not fill a union position just to contract work out to pay them so much less. Now, what I've been saying other than the AI thing has been happening for decades. Unions have been fighting these corporations to keep jobs American, but it's just getting worse and worse. And ever since COVID, it's just gotten so much worse. Americans are fed up. Ever since 2020, these big businesses have made it clear what their intentions are without sugarcoating anything, and they've seen how much they can get away with, and they're just gonna keep on doing it without being questioned. It's gonna be hard to combat this, and it's easier said than done, but there still is a way. Wherever you get the chance to, support mom and pop, support local business. Don't go to that big old chain store to get your groceries. Go down the block. It may cost a little extra, but you'll be putting back into your community. Same day shipping is great, but do you really need what you need right now? It's not gonna be easy when the books are stacked against you, but vote with your dollar as much as you can. It really doesn't matter who you vote into office because they're always just gonna be lobbied and bought for by these big corporations. And right now, more than ever, getting into starting a small business or supporting a small business is the most crucial thing we can do for our country. It's localized to our communities, it's ran by people like you and me, and they're a bigger voice for our community than any other major corporation. Like I said, it's not easy anymore to start a small business, but something that's worth doing is never gonna be easy. I don't wanna sound depressing that the future's all bleak. I don't have all the answers, but the best I can do is get on here and rah-rah on my soapbox to just keep America up. I don't know. I'm not Superman. I'm just an idiot with a YouTube channel. So thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate the support on this channel. I don't think the American dream's done yet. Not when we have optimism, not when we have a fight. And us Americans, we know how to put up a good fight. So keep your heads up, guys. Let's pray for a better country. Pray that someday we get there soon. Thanks for watching.